When the bombs dropped on Iran's Fordow nuclear site in June 2025, the world asked one burning question: who started this? Who's to blame? Is it Israel, or is it Iran? To answer that, we have to go back, way back, to 1953. That year, Iran had a democratic leader, Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh. But when he tried to take back control of Iran's oil from British companies, the West intervened. The CIA and British intelligence staged a secret coup and removed him from power. In his place, they installed the Shah, a pro-West monarch who ruled with brutal force. And who helped train the Shah's notorious secret police? It was the Israel. To many Iranians, this was the beginning of their long humiliation. They didn't just lose a leader, they lost their freedom, and the power to choose their own future. Their sovereignty was trampled. The trauma didn't fade. Then came 1979. The Iranian people rose up. They overthrew the Shah and established the Islamic Republic. But instead of being welcomed into the international community, Iran was cut off. The US severed ties. Sanctions crushed the economy. Israel supported the global pressure. Everyday Iranians felt the consequences: shortages, inflation, suffering. It felt like they were being punished not for their actions, but for their independence. But the hardship didn't end there. Between 2010 and 2012, multiple Iranian nuclear scientists were assassinated. Their nuclear centrifuges were destroyed by a powerful cyber attack, Stuxnet, created by the US and Israel. Iran's research sites were infiltrated, its infrastructure sabotaged, its future destabilized. Meanwhile, Israel, possessing its own undeclared nuclear arsenal, remained untouchable. Iran had signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Israel never did, because signing the NPT would force Israel to admit it has nuclear weapons, which it has always officially denied, even though the whole world believes it does, and yet, Iran was the one constantly under threat. So yes, Iran has long felt targeted, undermined, treated with suspicion and hostility for decades, across generations. But now shift perspectives. To Israel, this is not about dominance. It's about survival. A country no bigger than a province, surrounded by states that have, at various times, called for its destruction. When Iranian leaders said, "The regime in Jerusalem must vanish from the pages of time," Israel didn't hear a metaphor. They heard a promise of annihilation. That's why Israel follows what's known as the Begin Doctrine. Never allow a sworn enemy to develop nuclear weapons. It's the same policy that led Israel to bomb Iraq's nuclear reactor in 1981. Syria's in 2007. And now, Iran's in 2025. Prime Minister Netanyahu defended this doctrine with chilling clarity. Better to attack before the enemy is armed, than wait and be destroyed. To Israel, this was never about aggression, it was about acting before it's too late. So who bears the blame? Iran, for its secrecy, its militant proxies, and its anti-Israel rhetoric? Israel, for launching strikes and unilaterally deciding who may or may not have nuclear power? The United States, for decades of interference and selective justice? Or maybe, the real enemy is something deeper. Fear. Fear of losing control. Fear of being erased. Fear shaped by past traumas and repeated betrayal. Both Iran and Israel see themselves as defending their very right to exist. Both have been shaped by wars, invasions, and betrayals. Both believe they are reacting to threats, not creating them. So the question remains: if both sides truly believe they are only protecting themselves, then who, exactly, is the aggressor? If each side sees itself as a victim, then what does that make the other? And if every solution involves another strike, another threat, another generation growing up in tension, then how does this end? Because this is no longer just about uranium or bombs. It's about people, families, futures, and peace that always seems just out of reach. As the smoke rises over Fordow, we're left to wonder: did this strike stop disaster, or ignite the next one? Drop your comments below and follow for more informational videos.